A 12-year-old boy walked into a millionaire's office with nothing in his hands, no money, no degree, no connections. 3 minutes later, the millionaire wrote him a check for $10,000. This is the story of how a poor boy outsmarted the richest man in town. Stay with me, the ending will surprise you. In a small town surrounded by green hills and quiet streets, there lived a boy named Leo. Leo was 12 years old. His clothes were always old and faded. His shoes had holes in the bottom, but his eyes were always bright and full of life. Every single morning, before the sun had fully risen, Leo was already on the street. He carried a heavy bag of newspapers and walked from door to door, from shop to shop, delivering them with a smile. It was hard work for a young boy, but Leo never complained, not even once, because every coin he earned went straight home to his mother. Leo's mother was sick. She had been sick for a long time. The medicine she needed was expensive, far too expensive for a newspaper boy. Leo counted his money every night before sleeping, hoping that one day the number would be enough. But it never was. One cold morning, Leo sat under a large tree near the center of town. He opened his hand and counted his coins slowly. 37 cents. That was all he had saved after weeks of hard work. He closed his fingers around the coins and looked up with tired eyes. Right in front of him stood a tall, shining building. A large golden sign on the front door read, "Mr. Harrison, the richest man in town." Leo had passed that building hundreds of times. He had always looked at it from the outside. But that morning, something felt different inside him. He stared at the sign for a long, quiet moment. Then he stood up, straightened his old jacket, took a deep breath, and walked through the front door. The receptionist behind the desk looked up and immediately frowned. She looked at his torn shoes, his faded clothes, and his young face. "Hey, you cannot come in here," she said firmly. "This is a private office. Please leave." But Leo did not move. He smiled politely and said, "Please, ma'am, I just need 2 minutes with Mr. Harrison, only 2 minutes. I promise I won't waste his time." The receptionist shook her head and laughed a little. "Mr. Harrison is the busiest man in this entire city. He does not meet with little boys off the street." Leo quietly reached into his pocket and pulled out a small, neatly folded piece of paper. He walked forward and placed it gently on her desk. "Please just give him this note," he said calmly. "If he reads it and still doesn't want to see me, I will walk out immediately. No argument, no trouble. I promise." The receptionist rolled her eyes, but something about the boy's calm confidence made her pick up the note. She sighed, stood up, and walked toward Mr. Harrison's office. Inside, Mr. Harrison was a tall man with sharp gray eyes and silver hair. He sat behind a massive wooden desk covered in papers, files, and reports. He was a serious man who did not like interruptions. When his receptionist knocked and entered, he looked up with an impatient expression. "What is it?" She handed him the note apologetically. "I'm sorry, sir. A young boy outside asked me to give you this." Mr. Harrison took the paper with a frown and unfolded it slowly. There were only 5 words written on it, in the careful handwriting of a child. "I can make you richer." Mr. Harrison stared at those 5 words. The room was completely silent. Then, slowly, the corner of his mouth turned upward into a smile. He folded the note and placed it on his desk. "Send the boy in," he said. Leo walked into the office trying his best to look confident, even though his heart was hammering inside his chest. The room was enormous. Everything in it was expensive and impressive. Mr. Harrison looked at him carefully from across the desk, studying him the way a man studies something unexpected and interesting. "Sit down," he said. Leo sat. "You have 2 minutes," Mr. Harrison said. "Talk." Leo placed his hands on his knees, took one quiet breath, and began. "Mr. Harrison, I sell newspapers every morning. I walk every street in this town before most people are even awake. I see everything. I know every shop, every family, every new face that arrives in this town." He paused for just a moment, then continued. "Last week I noticed 3 new families moving into the large houses on the north side of town. Big moving trucks, expensive furniture, brand new cars. These are wealthy families, sir, and nobody from any bank has approached them yet. Your competitors don't know they exist, but I do." Mr. Harrison's eyes narrowed slightly. Leo reached into his jacket pocket and pulled out a small, worn notebook. He stood up, walked to the desk, and placed it open in front of Mr. Harrison. "Their names and home addresses right here, sir. These families will need bank accounts, loans, insurance policies, and investment plans. If you contact them first before anyone else does, the business will be yours." He stepped back and waited. The office was completely silent. Mr. Harrison slowly picked up the notebook. He read the first name, then the second, then the third. His expression did not change, but his eyes moved carefully, and Leo could see that the man was thinking deeply. Every name was real. Every address was correct. Mr. Harrison closed the notebook and leaned back in his large chair. He looked at Leo for a long moment without speaking. Then he said, "How old are you?" 12, sir." "Why are you doing this?" Leo's voice became softer. "My mother is sick, sir. She needs medicine that I cannot afford. But I don't want charity. I want to earn money the right way by giving you something that is actually worth paying for." The room was silent again. In all his years of business, powerful men had come to Mr. Harrison with expensive suits, polished presentations, and grand promises. But this quiet 12-year-old boy had come with nothing but a torn notebook, clear eyes, and complete honesty. And somehow that was more impressive than anything else. Mr. Harrison opened his desk drawer, took out his checkbook, and wrote slowly and deliberately. He tore out the check and slid it across the desk. Leo looked down at it. His breath stopped. $10,000. His hands trembled as he picked it up. "Sir, this is far too much." Mr. Harrison raised one hand to stop him. "The information in that notebook will earn my company far more than $10,000, he said. "But that is not the only reason I am giving you this." He stood up from his chair and walked around the desk. He extended his hand toward Leo, man to man. "I am giving you this because honest, hardworking, and clever people are the rarest thing in this world. And you, young man, are all three." Leo shook his hand, eyes filled with tears he was trying hard not to show. He walked out of that tall, shining building into the warm morning sunlight. He went straight to the pharmacy and bought every bottle of medicine his mother needed. That evening, sitting beside her bed, his mother held his hand and looked at him with tired, grateful eyes. "Leo, how did you do it?" she whispered. Leo smiled and gently squeezed her hand. "I just paid attention to things that other people ignored, Ma, and I told the truth." His mother closed her eyes peacefully and pulled him close. "That," she whispered, "is the greatest power a person can ever have." And that is the story of Leo, a boy with 37 cents in his pocket and $1 million mind in his heart. Did this story inspire you today? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this story, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for beautiful English stories every single week. See you in the next one. Goodbye.